Good morning. It's the 22nd of July, 2026, and I'm in the Middle East. I'm on the coast of the Straits of Hormuz. And would you believe it? The propaganda that mainstream media and that everybody's putting out is exactly that. I was getting lots and lots of messages going, don't fly to Dubai, the airport's been hit. Complete and utter rubbish. I flew into the airport. It was busy. There was no signs of any rocket attack or missile attack on the airport. It was a busy airport. There was hundreds of planes coming in and out, and there were tens of thousands of people. They want you to live in fear. Don't travel here. Oh, it's scary. It's all about living in fear. Do your research. Check out. Because when I contacted my people on the ground here, they said, Charlie, there's nothing going on. It's just Western media. And I spoke to people high up here. They burst out laughing. They said, we're now watching the Western news. It's more like a comedy show. And I remember them telling us that 2 years ago when we were at their majlis during Ramadan for iftar. It's just a comedy show. And the news has become a complete propaganda comedy show. And the people out there still believe it. And my heart goes out to them because they've fallen into the trap of living in fear, because they believe everything they're told. And since a young boy, I didn't. I've challenged everything. I've questioned everything. And I would urge you to question things. Because when people say this, it's like when they said, and even Trump is part, remember, Trump is the key actor in this movie. He's talking about 50,000 men are going to invade Iran. And they're about to go in on the ground. I mean, anybody who knows anything about the terrain around the coast of Iran would know that that was close to impossible. And Iran is very well fortified. If 50,000 men were to land up on a beach landing in Iran, that would be the same sort of thing as 50,000 paraplegics that were blind trying to rob Fort Knox. That's the comparison. Let that sink in. All of this is BS. And then when I got here last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I decided I'd watch the skies to see if there's anything going on. Nothing. Then I looked at the shipping that was in the Straits of Hormuz on my shipping app. There was movement there. No problem at all with normal movement. And then I looked at the plane tracking. There was a number of US military planes that were tankers to refuel, going round and round and round and round and round and round in circles. But no sign of any refueling going on. They were just simply going round to look the part in the movie. And I would urge you, don't believe everything you're told. This is a movie you're watching. And it's all very entertaining when you know what's happening. My next story is about what's happening in the UK. The change of leadership and Andy Burnham taking the reins. Now, his first promise is we're going to start drilling in the North Sea, which is great news for the UK, because you can cut the price of fuel in half. What you can't do, of course, is change what the government taxes you. And let me put it into perspective. If you buy a litre of fuel in Iran, it'll cost you 3 cents at the pump. So it doesn't cost that much to pump out the ground, does it, and refine it? Not really. But if it costs, let's say in the UK, 20 cents, the government puts the rest on top. So even if you cut the price of fuel in half to 10 cents or even 5 cents, knowing the government, they'll just increase the taxes to keep you enslaved. So don't fall for the propaganda, don't fall for the BS. And also, it wasn't that long ago that Keir Starmer promised you the world and gave you nothing, apart from 3 Ukrainian boys. The other thing is, who's really behind Israel, this little country in the Middle East? Netanyahu. It's quite clear he's not the boss. He's got somebody pulling his strings, but who are they? Do your research. You'll find out very, very quickly that the people behind Israel and behind Netanyahu, yeah, the face will be Soros, but it's the City of London. And that's what's being dismantled. The City of London, the old system, the corporation, the Commonwealth corporation, the EU corporation, all of this is being dismantled. But it's having to be done this way to avoid a civil war. We came very close to a civil war. We've come very close to a civil war. But this is a movie. So everything that you're seeing has already happened. So don't live in fear. Because if there was going to be a nuclear war, it would have happened 4 years ago. And it didn't. You're now watching the movie play out. And finally, my final story is just a little bit of fun. Stanley Kubrick, great film director. He was the guy that filmed the moon landing and didn't even get an Oscar. His greatest piece of work fooled the whole world and didn't even get the recognition he deserved because it fooled everybody. There's now private tapes coming out that he was involved in the discussions for the fake alien invasion. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. That was the news. On the 22nd of July, 2026, have a wonderful day. And if you're around this evening, we're on the Insiders Club. Don't miss it. We've got our young lady, Anna Marins from Brazil, who can keep us updated with what's going on in South America. We'll see you there. Goodbye for